Hey there, Wes Dove with Dove Development and Consulting. Wanted to give you a quick synopsis of what you can expect over the next several days from a daily dose of leadership, but also hit on a couple things that are just on the bubble of the schedule, what's coming up over the next several days and weeks with us, with me and Cindy, and what we're doing publicly, but also just out there in the community, some different things we had going on. So first and foremost, Live to Lead Harrisonburg, our 5th annual event, is less than 90 days away at this point. We have under 45 seats remaining, and a couple of those, we've actually got a couple tables in the works, so that could go from 45 to 20 really quickly. Our super early bird special closes on July 31st. That's next Wednesday, so we hope if you're thinking about it, if you're on the bubble of, hey, do I take advantage of this or not, you won't get a better offer than what we were able to do for that super early bird through July 31. So we encourage you to jump in there, and we really hope to see you. It's going to be the best event we've hosted yet. And it's going to be a full house. It's not a matter of is it going to be, it's just when's it going to happen. And that I would expect is in the next 2 to 3 weeks till it's completely sold out. So hope you're part of it. The next thing I'll stress is on August 1st, we launch our quarterly Emerging Leader Development course, and super excited about that. We've had that in play where we offer it once a quarter for more than a year now. So we're excited about that. We've seen folks at all different levels of organizations participate, and we've seen them grow and get great success from the principles and the content that we provide in that. So it's pretty neat. When we started that process, it was really based on that person moving directly from an individual contributor role into a supervisory or a team lead or a management role for the very first time. But we've had so much feedback from folks that are CEOs and high-level managers that have been for quite some time, and they've went through the process, and the feedback we've gotten has been, wow, this is resounding not just for my people that are new to a leadership role, but even for me. It just sharpens the saw, so to speak. So excited about that. As you're seeing this video, you'll see a link to learn more about that process and how that works. And last but not least, this week's Daily Dose of Leadership is going to really focus on something that we plan to launch around Live to Lead this year. It's just an ongoing intentional growth community that we're working to build. It's something that's very low cost but high impact, and it's going to be some platforms through social media that's very private, but benchmarking, best practice sharing, but also some ongoing access to training and development materials that we're putting out for that in mind, based on our licensing through the John Maxwell team and the executive director packages we've got, but also mixed in with a lot of other stuff. And the quote I want to read to you is, so John Maxwell, I heard him say this and it grabbed me. So one of the things I've found just significant over time is this thing called compound interest. And if you've got this high percentage interest credit card and just making the monthly payments and not paying on principal, it can eat you alive. But the same thing could be true if we're intentional about how we grow. And John says the sooner you can make the transition to becoming intentional about your personal growth, the better it will be for you, because growth compounds and accelerates if you remain intentional about it. You know, just he said if, and I've got it capitalized and underlined and all that stuff. John says that when Albert Einstein really stumbled on his words around compounding interest was, it's the most significant mathematical thing that there is today, and that compounding interest, whether it's through our 401ks or stock investments or whatever, can build and build and build and build. And what we had to start with, the growth compounds upon itself, and it's just so cool, the power behind it. And any financial planner that you talk to will tell you the same thing with your 401 and your investments. But what John's saying is the same thing's true for how we invest in ourselves and how we grow, because he calls it layered learning. He says, you know, when you grow, when you put a piece into play, it stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks, and you've got all these things that over time it can be huge. Now, here's where I realized that as I wrap this up. I was texting with a good friend of mine the other day, and I made the comment that over the last nearly 20 years, as much as I enjoy music, I rarely listen to music. Gosh, when before Cindy and I met, I would go to the concerts and the bars and the different stuff to see bands play, and I still enjoy that stuff. I enjoy the 80s hair bands, the rock and roll stuff, and so on. But in the last, gosh, 15 years, I can think of maybe 3 concerts I've been to. And even in the car, I almost never listen to music. It's just a little bit every day. It used to be on book on CD or on tape. Now I use Audible a lot. And that just continues to be a little piece, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here. and it just compounds, and it gives me so much more that I would have never had I not made that one simple change. Over these next several days in a daily dose of leadership, I'll really drive that point home about the law of intentionality, the first chapter of the 15 laws of growth, and how it builds to this program that Cindy and I are working to launch around the October-November timeframe. So hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day, and God bless.